Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Big Brother's Little Brother. It's day 31 in isolation for the housemates. That's, and bear with me here, 729.5 hours, or 43,770 minutes, or 2,620,200 seconds, depending on how you like your sums. Thanks for the mock ooh. On Friday night, our third evictee, Narinda Kaur, took her first steps outside in the real world for over 4 weeks. 62% of you voted her out, leaving Paul in for a second week on the run. Now, Narinda will be here live to talk about life after eviction and how she really feels about her former housemates. We'll also be talking to the former celebrity Big Brother housemate, Keith Duffy. But first, let's take a moment to look back on how Narinda bid that very tearful farewell.
Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed. And the world said hello to a brand new Kaur. As a parting gesture, the very fourth night, Narinda delivers some home truths to fellow housemates. Take a look at this.
Okay, my speech is, in all honesty, I was very bored here. And a lot of the people bored me here. They're not, you lot aren't the kind of people I would mix with. You did bore me. However, I would love...
She's so bloody honest.
I would love Elizabeth or Brian to win. That's all. And I would also like to say to all the people who thought me and Helen had a problem.
We never
did. We never did.
Yes, indeed. She don't pull her punches, and during her time in the house, boxer-sized fans, you see what we're doing there, Narinda managed to get into quite a few bust-ups, and she packed her fair few punches, to say the least. Here's our very own Princess Naz with a couple of her classic hits.
They keep getting my name wrong. Right, that's not teamwork. You're failing on the basic thing. You don't even know my name properly. Lorinda, Serena, Surinda, Uranda. Did I say crap? Did I say crap?
Yeah, you said crap.
I didn't say
Welcome
crap.
to Big Brother House.
Say sorry. Mince me if she comes near me again now. I'm not giving her another chance. I promise you I'm not.
Yeah, I'm just...
Brian, being very greedy. Be like, if I go, the ratings will just drop. But I want to stay and be a bitch as well at the same time. Because some people just haven't got a personality either. You wouldn't notice whether they're there or not. To or any routine or I wouldn't be. I wouldn't give a about. Yeah. I did find you all very boring.
When you leave her, people think you're an absolute bitch.
Get in, girl. OK, now I've already been inundated with messages for Narinda, and she's going to be ready to answer as many of them as she possibly can. Our talking point, therefore, today, quite simply, is Ask Narinda. We've already got some good will messages right here. Hi, babe. That's me. We just want to say... Oh, no, it's not. We just want to say how brilliant you are. You were honest and told people what you thought, unlike the others who were two-faced, Laura from Stoke. If you are talking about me, you're severely mistaken. And hi, Big Brother's Little Brother. I'd just like to tell you, Narinda, open brackets, Naz, close brackets, that she was the best in the house. She was hilarious, entertaining, the most exciting person to watch on TV. Why couldn't Paul go? It says, I was absolutely gutted when Narinda got evicted. She was the only honest person in there, Sarah Moss, and I began a campaign on the internet to keep you in, but obviously it didn't work. You're loved by the gay community, hun. You can tell he's gay because he says hun. Keep up the good work. That's not really true, I say hun as well. Be honest and true to yourself. I love you, Rick from Plymouth. So why don't you give us a call? 0870 901 9070, because our talking point today is Ask Narinda. It's that simple. Questions you could ask her. Is she still missing best mate Brian? Just how bad was her hangover on Saturday morning? OK, 0870 901 9070, littlebrother@e4.com. But hang on, now I believe actually, well, I think there's something going on in the diary room. If we can just maybe cut over to the diary room, please.
This is Big Brother's Little Brother. Would Keith Duffy please come to the diary room? Hello, Keith.
Hello, Big Brother's Little Brother.
And how are you feeling today, Keith?
With my hands.
We'll get back to you. Looking back, how do you feel about your time on Celebrity Big Brother?
It was a fantastic experience.
Would you like to add anything?
Kate will get back to you on that one.
What do you think of the new house?
Where will I start? The new house, the decor is fantastic. I mean, the decor we had was crap compared to it. I mean, they've so much comforts in there compared to what we had. It's disgraceful. It really is. I have to see the owner or the boss.
Big brother's little brother has to remind you that swearing is unacceptable.
Did I swear? Sorry about that, big brother.
We accept your apology.
Thank you.
Are you impressed that they've gone more than 3 days without going absolutely mental?
Yeah, I have to say, I'm impressed. It's not easy to do, staying calm, that is. It's easy to go mental.
And what do you think of the new housemates?
I think a great bunch of people. I mean, it's a very difficult thing what they're doing. I don't, in my right mind, kind of know why anybody would put themselves through that. I mean, I did it for charity and that was great, and it was only a week. And I know how intense 1 week was. How they do it for 9 or 10 weeks, unbelievable. Don't know why they do it to themselves.
What was the experience like when you did it?
As I said, we were only in there for a week, and as intense as it was just for 1 week, it's a different ball game, really. You know, I wouldn't really be kind of up on that at all. How can you comment on that?
Excellent. Who will be the next housemate to be evicted?
I have no idea. I have no idea. It's a difficult one. I mean, I've been watching it. I don't think you can kind of pass judgment on somebody's character just because you're seeing them in a estranged environment over the space of a few weeks. It wouldn't be fair to anybody to kind of say, I don't like him and I do like him. Just taking a step back, not trying to be diplomatic about it, just being honest, because, you know, people have good sides to them and they've bad sides to them, and, you know, that's human. That's the human race. You kind of, I wouldn't like to pass judgment.
What's been your favourite moment so far?
I have to say the part I laughed most at was when Bubble went head over heels over the sofa. I thought that was quite funny.
Thank you, Keith.
You're welcome, big brother.
Could you please now come and join me on the sofa?
Do you see what we did then, everyone? Do you see what we did?
All right, there, Mum.
Not really in the direct channel at all. Hello, Keith.
How's it going, mate? You well?
Yeah, really well, thanks.
That's good.
Thanks for asking. It must have been an absolutely insane experience, like you said. But I mean, what I picked up from that was, it must have been quite hard not to come to, to have prejudgments about people that you spent, even though you spent a week with, and because you've seen them on television. It must have made it almost even harder because you had a preconceived idea, I guess, as to what they were going to be like anyway. Yeah, of course you did. You're told the people's names of who you're going to go into the house with, and obviously we had the bonus added that we knew these people already. Well, maybe we had an idea of knowing these people already, and obviously I mean, very seldomly you're right. I mean, the people I was in the house with totally astonished me. They were great people, really, really nice people. And I'm a firm believer, it's nice to be nice, you know, give everybody a second chance and a third chance if they need it. And
or in your case, in there, probably a 7th or 8th chance. You probably had to give some of them, did you?
Yeah, well, I suppose I did. I mean, I got on quite well with most of them. The only time I won't get on with someone is when someone takes an instant disliking to me and won't give me a chance to be me, and kind of won't have a broad enough mind to kind of say, well, hang on, I might have been wrong here. This guy's actually all right.
Did that happen in there?
I think it did, yeah. Myself and Chris didn't hit it off that well, and I think, you know, talking about 7 or 8 chances, I think I gave him a load of chances. I went back, I was nice, I was diplomatic, I cooked him dinner, I was nice again, and I was just trying to show him that, you know, all's not bad, you know. And he played mind games, I think. He tried to kind of, he really weared me down until the night came that he got booted out, and it was like somebody took a weight off me.
Really?
It really was. It was. I wouldn't have lasted too much longer with Chris in the house. You know, I don't know whether it was just a conflict of personalities or what it was, but we just didn't get on.
Sure. And you were saying earlier on to me that, you know, people have treated you quite differently. You've got quite a lot of respect out of it.
Yeah, well, I think basically people know me because I was in a boy band. And in the boy band that I was in, I wasn't one of the main members. I was kind of like one of the numbers, I suppose. You know, I wouldn't have been one of the ones that the fans would have most admiration for. That would probably go more so towards Ronan and Stephen in the band. And I think this just gave me an opportunity to be me, and for the general public that already know me to see what kind of bloke I was.
Yeah.
And I think people just kind of says, well, he's just another one of the lads, really. And that was a positive thing for me to happen, you know.
Was it quite mad being in the house in that, you know, the way Big Brother can play on or, you know, engineer you to say things and so forth, in that, you know, just puts you in those circumstances? Was it quite strange to think that the whole country, or the whole of the British Isles, could see you, you know, having intimate details and private details and talking about your own life.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. Well, you don't know. You don't know if it's successful. Okay, the initial Big Brother was very successful, but we didn't know if we were being successful. We didn't know if anybody was watching. We didn't know if we were getting headlines in the newspapers. We didn't know. And then again, when we'd have a few drinks in the evening time, when people have a few drinks, they might speak with a looser tongue than they would ordinarily, and they'll probably tell you more about their personal lives than they would ordinarily, especially on television.
Especially on the side.
You know, everybody knows your public side, and then you've got your private life. Yeah. And basically, it was a pack of people that have a public life actually shared their private life with everybody that's in the public life as well. If you know where I'm going with that. I think that's why it was so compelling, because a lot of the people there as well had, you know, I'm thinking especially about Vanessa Feltz and Anthony Turner. They have very public lives, don't they? Absolutely, yeah.
So then to turn and share
I think the show done the world of good for the both of them. I mean, I know Vanessa had a, you know, I know everybody, every time I meet people, they kind of say, what was it like in that house with Vanessa? Vanessa was a lovely lady. I mean, she had the unfortunate time of her life that, you know, she had to break up with her husband. She'd gone through an awful lot of bad things that happened to her in her life that was kind of making her feel rejected, I think, to a certain point. And then being nominated to be voted out of the house initially in the early stages, I think she just couldn't take the, I don't think she could take the rejection again.
Sure.
I think that was just the way she dealt with it. I certainly wouldn't look any way more deeply into that. Vanessa was a lovely woman. She was very kind-hearted woman. You know, when she had a point of view to make, she made it. And Chris was the only one that ever kind of tried to differ that. And the two of them used to go head for a couple of minutes. And that made things a little bit awkward in the house because you kind of just twiddled your thumbs and waiting for them to finish, you know.
Are you in touch with anyone now from the house?
Yeah, I talk to them all the time. Jack D's on tour at the moment, and we text each other from time to time and have a laugh. Oh, cool. And I was just speaking to Anthea Turner earlier on. She one of the girls that work here in the studio, she was on the phone and she just got on the phone and said hello. So, you know, I mean, I live in Ireland and I have my own life over there, and that's what I do. And, you know, if I meet these people and, you know, we shared a good time together, you know.
You're tops, you are. We're loving you, aren't we? OK, now the third person to be outed from the Big Brother house, of course, was Narinder on Friday. Hundreds of you have sent emails and messages to her. Please do. She's going to be in talking to us. Our talking point today is quite simply ask Narinder. Give us a call, 0870 901 9070, littlebrother@e4.com. Coming up right after the break, we'll be face-to-face with Feisty Naz. See you in a minute.
My personality is very truthful. I want to be in that house to show my anger, my softness, my laughter, my happiness, my sadness. I'm willing to share that with the world.
OK, just a couple of minutes, Narinda's going to be here giving her frank assessment of all the housemates and her time in the house. But right now, it's time for that gallery update. I'm with Sean Murphy, a.k.a. Murph to his friends. Hi, how are you?
Hi,
What's the mood been like since Narinda's eviction? Because, you know, I've already heard that, you know, Amma said, you know, it's like 5 people have left the house.
We had that usual sort of post-eviction lull yesterday where everyone's sort of very, very quiet and missing the person who's gone. But that sort of changed a bit last night. About 1:30 in the morning, Helen and Amma had a bit of a late-night gossip. And sort of the truth came out there really about what they thought about Narinder.
Which is?
Well, it was the whole sort of thing that they sort of mentioned to her before she went away, which was the thing about not being able to take what she dishes out. And they're just saying sometimes she was quite unfair and a bit spoiled.
She's around here, mate, so she's probably
I'm being very, very careful
actually any second. And how's Brian been getting on? Because those two are going to miss each other. I've spoken to her already. It's like she's crying whenever she mentions the guy.
He's not crying at all. He's got some new playmates in the house, actually.
Really?
He's been hanging out today with Helen and Paul and Josh. They're his sort of new little group. But it's like he said last week, you know, he'd cry for the first 3 seconds and then once the door had shut, he'd forget about it.
That's very interesting because I think he nominated Paul as well.
Yeah, but no, they've all been in the garden today, sort of getting along and bonding quite a lot, especially Helen and Paul.
Really?
Lots of flirting going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think, you know, there might be any action there, or will Big G ruin that?
It's more of a sort of brother-sister relationship at this stage. You never know. So we'll keep you posted.
OK, now tell us about the new task, because this is very exciting.
The new task, the housemates have been given 4 world records, and they're going to get a chance on Wednesday to actually break one of them. They've got to build a sugar cube tower, eat as many cream crackers as they can, or 3 cream crackers in the fastest time possible.
No, I can't do that.
They've got to eat as much sweet corn as possible in 3 minutes with a toothpick.
Which is disgusting.
Which actually Bubble has already broken the world record.
What is the record?
The record is 169
so
sweet corn.
Bubble has actually got a world record?
Yeah, he got 183
doesn't
about
count yet,
20 minutes ago. Doesn't count till Wednesday when the official adjudicators are here to watch it.
Fantastic.
So
Bubble's going to be a
hopefully
good record.
Hopefully they're going to pass.
Excellent stuff. OK, thank you very much. OK. Now, we were behind the scenes as the final preparations were made for this task.
Hi, I'm Alex, one of the runners for Big Brother, and right now we're in the task room where you might recognise a few of the things from the house. This is the lovely Davina, the 11th housemate, kept them company for a week. The blackboard, where each week the house members have to fill in the food list, and over here we have the next task about to go in. This is a challenge for the housemates to beat the world record of building the highest sugar cube tower. The taskmates have to spend all week trying to get this right, painstakingly building the thing. All we have to do is run through it and make sure the whole task will run smoothly. But the housemates have to remember not to do this. Yes. Okay, so this is where we take
Oh my god. There's the world record. That is a whole lot of sugar cubes.
Okay, in 3 short weeks, she's made more of an impact than a 50-ton meteor, very similar to the one the housemates had to contend with in week 2. She's been a friend, a critic, a confidant, some may say a diva. She's been undressed by kings. She's seen some things a woman ain't supposed to see. Please welcome the 3rd Big Brother evictee, Miss Narinda Kaur. Yes. Yes, Narinda. Yes, Narinda.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
That did not stand a chance, Narinda, did it?
It absolutely didn't. Nothing would.
Nothing would?
Nothing would stand a chance with me.
Could you have tore through anything that was there?
Oh, I could end anything.
Excellent. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm a bit angry that they voted me out.
Are you still angry?
Yes.
Are you still smarting from that?
I'm Hurricane Narinda as we speak.
Are you?
I'm like going around, going, where? I'm raging.
You were quite annoyed on Friday night, weren't you? I mean...
I was very emotional. It was just like amazing, and I was very shocked that I got voted out because Paul.
You did have Tourette's syndrome though when you came out, which I was slightly worried about. I was watching it. You were just swearing all the time, and I was like this. Oh no! Don't say that! Don't say that! Don't say. I was literally at home watching.
But I didn't swear though, did I?
You swore like there was no tomorrow. What are you talking about?
Did I?
Yeah.
I know. I can't remember
I was counting the words that weren't swear words.
You're having me on.
I'm not having you on. Okay, and you've been very busy, haven't you? You've been splashed across the tabs and so forth.
Yes, I know.
Enjoying that or not? Is that? I mean, that must be the weird experience.
I'm relishing every single moment. I was in the shops just before I was shopping, and people are coming up to me, and they all keep saying, "Oh, we can't believe you're out," and I feel like saying, "Well, you should have voted me then."
Nice. Thank you for the pregnant pause without the swear
Did
word.
you? Yeah, it was. I've been really good.
I mean, in that respect, though, and I've asked this question to both Penny and Stuart, I mean, did you expect when you actually walked out, because you don't see anyone, do you, which is very interesting, when you actually first come out of the house?
I thought, oh my God, nobody's come to see me. There's me little old lady with the dog saying, hello, love. I thought, nobody's come.
So you're walking down, you slide your Tinder, and then the doors open, and then
I was like,
literally paparazzi either side.
Oh my God.
Everyone there. I mean, what went through your mind there, and in the house? Are you under the...
I felt like running back.
Really?
I really felt like running straight back because I thought, oh my God. And then I thought, hang on, Narinda, this is your moment. And I just threw myself into the crowd.
Oh, yeah, you were just like bungee jumping, weren't you?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Actually, one girl went, get off.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought, oh.
What'd she do down there in the first place?
Yeah, I think she wanted Paul.
OK, now, you have said some pretty outrageous things about your housemates. Deliberate tactic? I mean, do you genuinely mean it? Because the one thing I picked up on Friday, you kept saying, you know, so-and-so, da-da-da-da, so-and-so, da-da-da-da, and then at the very end you go, oh, but they're all really nice people. You were very emotional, weren't you? But is it deliberate tactic?
Deliberate tactic in what way?
In the way where, you know, you actually quite like to cause a stir.
Bubbles the stirrer, not me. I just like to, I'm a very honest person. What I see, I just say it. I'm not like the other housemates. I don't need a drink to tell the truth. I'm truthful, sober, and drunk. I'll tell the truth. When I'm drunk, I'm just a little bit more violent. But, you know, Amma and everybody, so watch out. But Amma and everybody were just like, they needed a drink before they could say any truth.
Most people do. I mean, I think in that respect you are quite unique. You know, most people have a drink and then it all comes out.
No, mine just comes out.
You tend to be quite quiet when you have a drink, and then you know you do.
Actually, yes,
you do just totally the opposite.
That's because I get a bit horny when I've had a drink, so I just sit back and think, who?
You had your sport for choice in there.
No, I'm not. There was no one.
Oh, come on. Who would be your?
Josh, if he wasn't.
You did fancy Josh, it was obvious.
But I fancied Brian. I'd spent the whole 4 weeks trying to convert him.
You're attracted to gay men. That may well...
I get on with gay men because they accept the way I am and they love the fact that I've got this sort of character, and I think I brought out the best in Brian, definitely. As he did in me.
Now, you said the worst thing was just being there on Friday, which I don't believe, because already you're missing the house.
I'm already missing it.
So why did you say it?
Because when you're in there, it is awful. It's so hard, it's so intense, and it's just like constantly, and it was hard because me and Brian were just entertaining constantly because everybody else was just playing a guitar or...
Not everyone else, Dean. Just playing his guitar.
He was doing his guitar, Stuart was doing his guitar, then you had Josh promising to bring fun, frolics and all this into the house, and he sat and played backgammon.
Point taken. Okay.
Okay, so good-looking guy sitting there playing back, and Paul was just cool, okay. He was lovely. He was the cushion in the house. So if you felt like crying, you went to Paul. But there was nothing there.
Paul just must be brutally depressed. People just come up to you and just go, Paul, I just really need to cry in front of you.
No, he's really good.
Like, who's next?
Amma spent the whole time doing a bikini line. Constantly, like every other day, and I thought, well, I don't know what's growing there, but it's every other day. And Helen was just like sunbathing, like she's got 2 white boobs, and she's browner than me.
The thing is, I don't understand is you're slating all these people, and then in the next breath you go on about how much you miss them.
No, it's not. I'm not slating them. I'm telling you the truth about what they're like, but I do miss them, and that's natural.
Was it quite
them.
hard to have relationships in the house, and be friendly with people because they found you so difficult because you are so honest?
Was it? You should be asking them that.
Well,
then.
yeah, but I'm asking you from your perspective.
Yeah.
Because they, what you see as honesty, they see as not having any tact, very properly.
It was Helen who never had any tact. They just thought I was just like. I think they took it for like I was very strong. I wasn't scared of anybody, and I wasn't, to be honest.
Well, we know that. I mean, that's not... definitely, but that's not the issue. Do you ever worry about what people think of you?
Not at all. I don't care. And a lot of people in the house, most of them were too scared to be that honest because they didn't want to be nominated. So for the sake of nomination, they weren't honest. They were like, oh, yeah, I really like you, and we'll go for a drink afterwards. And I was like... Because I'm not doing that. I can't do that. I don't care about nominations. If you nominate me, nominate me. So, and it's up to the public. And you didn't keep me in the house.
Well, with that in mind, 6 people nominated you, including Josh.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
You said you felt betrayed.
Yeah.
You're slightly hurt, or...?
I'm very hurt by Josh more than anything there, yeah.
Why so?
Because he had that fight with Brian, and I said to Brian, look, I'm going to break friendship with you if you don't apologise to Josh, because that's really out of order. And I was like trying to comfort Josh. I said, Josh, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. It gave me a chance to stroke his body, but... and I was like, don't worry about it. But he still, I can't believe he voted me. He did that just as a tactical vote. I think he knew I was having problems with Amma and Bubble, and he knew they were going to vote me, because you can tell, and then he probably thought I'll nominate her as well. He's going to get it when he gets out.
But when you see him, do you... Really, though, you'll see him and you say, oh, you should have done... And he'll have a drink and everything will be fine. Because I think you and him and Brian in the last week have seemed to get on very well. Although I would say that after you've been nominated, you did withdraw very much, didn't you?
I withdrew because I wanted Brian to also get used to not me being there, because he kept having this problem, oh, when you go, it's going to be horrible, it's horrible, I'm not going to be me. And I said, look, you need to just be with the group. And I did want to withdraw from the group. I didn't enjoy sitting with them. They were either sunbathing, reading a book, or backgammon. And that is just... and I do my own little thing, and I thought, I can't be doing with their boringness.
Well, if you're not doing the tasks, there's not much else to do, is there, I guess?
Yeah, but come on, let's have conversation. Even discussions was like, Dean, right, you can talk now. All right, it's your turn now. All right, you can talk now. And then he'd get up in the middle of it and go and play his guitar.
You blaspheme against the Son of God when you talk about Dean.
Why?
I don't know, I really like Dean.
Why? I've got bigger biceps than Dean, for God's sake.
That is one of the reasons why I like him, because he has those small, lovely, cute biceps. OK, now you become very close to Brian.
Yeah.
And I think many people thought that in a strange way, because you were quite, not cliquey's not the right word, but you were so tight with him, and all the dancing and stuff like that, which I loved. Yes, that. Yeah. Do you think that sort of led to your downfall to a degree?
Absolutely. Because I think Elizabeth and Dean and them had a real big problem, and Bubble hated it, because he was trying to get on with Brian a lot, but because we were so close, and we'd always go away under the duvet for a chat, and they just didn't like it.
Do you think people just genuinely had schemes, and they thought, OK, Brian's obviously very popular. If I make friends with Brian, then
Bubble
it makes me look popular from the outside world.
Bubble did that. He said it a few times. He goes, you're going to be so popular in the outside world, Brian. And he goes, oh, me and you could do a show. And I was like, oh, get out. Actually, you, get out. Yeah. Can I want to take over from you.
No, you can't do that. It's a lot harder than it looks. Okay, then, let's take another look at you and Big Bri in action.
Where are we? Okay.
In the spring, I got you wear my ring. And when I'm sad, you're a clown. And if I get scared, you're always around. Don't let them say your hair's too long, 'cause I don't care. With you I can't go wrong. Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb.
I love you more than chocolates.
Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
Oh, do you like that?
Oh, I love it.
Has it made you cry?
Yes.
Better we paid enough for the music. All right, now, your friendship with him. Oh,
yeah.
you are crying,
Yeah,
bless you. Your friendship with him, I mean, you benefited a lot after Penny left because it was the three of you and then it was the two of you.
Yeah, it was the three of us and we really miss Penny.
Who's going to be his better mate now, then?
I think he's going to... Well, no one can be, because you just won't get the same chemistry there. But I think Bubble's going to try and get in on it, but he's just annoying.
What about Josh?
I said to... Because Brian said to me, who shall I do it with next? Who shall I carry on with? Oh, well, I didn't mean like that. And I said, Josh. I goes, you two will be good together. And he kept going, oh, no, I want him out. Let's get him out.
Why doesn't he like Josh?
Because he was the only gay person in the house and he loved that, obviously. And he wasn't being judged by anyone. He felt when Josh came in the house, he was going to be judged.
But it's like Josh said, and you stuck up for Josh, to be fair to you.
Yeah.
But it's like Josh said, you know, the only other person in the house that has a problem with me being gay is the other gay man.
Yeah. Brian was a bit... There's a lot to it.
Do you think that might be Brian's downfall? Because Brian, on the website and so forth,
in the house
by
as
far
well.
the favourite. It's very popular in the house. If he gets down to the last three, the chances are he'll win it. But do you think that people may well go, oh, you know, he's got such a problem with this guy?
I told him to stop having the problem, and he did to a certain extent, but it is still there a little bit, and I think it will be his downfall. I think. I don't want it to be because Brian is the best person in the house, but he has got this problem with Josh, and Josh is very annoyed about him as well. And there's like because he's 10 years older than Brian, and Brian is very, well, sometimes immature, and Josh is just very, looks back as if, They've both got their little things.
You're with us all show. If you want to ask them a question, quite simply, you own the numbers. If you don't, you should do by now. After the break, we're having more from the lovely Mrs. Court and the fragrant Mr. Duffy, but first, give us a dirty look to one, would you? How about this?
Oh my God!
You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. Look, she's gonna cry. You don't actually believe that it's that house, though, do you? Look,
No,
you have to turn
that
this way to
doesn't-
camera.
All right, okay.
There's the house. Missing it?
Yeah, Brian!
Look, shush.
Love you!
No. Yeah, it was a real good idea to come up here. If you'd like to ask Narinder a question, and quite simply, it's Ask Narinder is our talking point today. Give us a call at 0870 901 9070, 0870 901 9070. But, Miss Corbing, Big Brother's Little Brother is a full-time job. We're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, watching the housemates do absolutely nothing. So that you, the Big Brother's Little Brother viewer, simply don't miss a thing. And you do not miss a thing when the infamous diary room chair went out on its travels. Take a look at this.
I saw the most disgusting thing on British television ever. Bubbles' arse.
Look at Bubbles' bed, it's like a little pea!
Please, Bubble, put it away, mate.
The task this week, the person that can't dance is definitely Dean. This is my impression of you doing the conga, Dean. You're rubbish.
Helen, love the moves.
I don't like Alan because she's bitchy with everyone. She just doesn't get on with the rest of the group, and she farts.
Excuse me.
She burps.
Oh my God, excuse me.
She does all dirty things, and she's meant to be a lady.
Emma. Pardon me.
Narinda, I'm really worried about you because if you go this week, don't know what Brian's going to do.
Because I think I'd change if you were to go.
You wouldn't, you'd find somebody else to be funny with.
But who? Who else here am I close to?
Who's he going to go with? Who's going to be his best mate?
Brian and Josh in the house at the moment. I know how you're looking at Josh, Brian.
That is too far.
That is too far.
Beer scrap.
Tell me when you're
They're going to get it together, definitely. You watch this space.
Come on and do the conga.
What is going on with Dean? Why? A man can be far too chilled out.
Beautiful.
I mean, the guy is so boring.
The lawnmower doesn't work. I don't know what's happened to it, but it doesn't work. He doesn't cut the grass.
Funniest thing I've seen all week was Bubble when he took that fall trying to get to do his task. Oh, that must really have hurt.
Ah! My God!
Well, at least you got out the task, mate.
Hey, come on and do the conga. Choo, choo, choo. A line across the floor.
Now, as if we didn't give you enough, it's time to go over to our man with the facts in his fingertips, our statistician with a mission. He's been MIA for 4 weeks, but is now here live and exclusive for us on E4. It's Shed.
Thank you. Yes, today I'm going to be giving you a deeper insight into the housemates, and we're going to start with Bubble and his sleeping habits. The average person goes to bed once and sleeps for around 8 hours a day, unless they're Margaret Thatcher, who famously only needed 4 hours sleep. But Bubble has become the incredible sleeping man. Yesterday, for instance, he went back to bed 3 times and slept for a whopping 12 hours. Next is Josh and his bearing of flesh. You may have noticed that Josh is really quite proud of his buffed body. For most people, the only time you will be unclothed is in the bath or getting dressed, sunbathing or having some how's your father, roughly 5% of the day. Josh, however, has spent 83% of the time without his top on, which is coincidentally very close to the glamour model's Jordan score. And next is the phenomenon of dude. On last year's Big Brother, skateboarding nun Anna brought the phrase minging to the nation. It swept everywhere. This year it's the turn of dude. At 9:37 a.m. on day 1, after being in the house for only 7 minutes, Bubble was the first to say dude, and here it is.
Wow, you're an ugly looking dude.
Now at that point, there was an average of 1 dude per day. Now, a mere 30 days on, our housemates are saying dude on average every 2 hours. That's a massive increase of 1,000%. Here's some examples from day 21.
Dude, 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 dude.
And finally, dude, Narinda and her toilet activities. Bowel movement research, somebody's got to do it, it's a dirty job, that says that 90% of people in Western countries have between 1.5 and 7.1 bowel movements per week, and that constipation is often defined as fewer than 3 bowel movements per week. Now, Narinda had 4 bowel movements while in the Big Brother house totally, which is an average of 1 bowel movement a week, which is definitely constipation, and that's a fact.
Nice. How many poos did you end up?
4 or 5.
You only had 4 or 5 poos while you were in the house?
Yeah. I know it's a massive problem.
Are you
I
right
just
now?
couldn't do it. No, I'm not.
You poor thing.
You made me poop my pants.
We'll speak to you about that later.
Yeah.
But for now, roll up, because it's time for the Wheel of 8 Housemates. Thanks. No, don't move the camera. Our glamorous assistant, Mr. Keith Duffy, will now demonstrate how the Wheel of 8 Housemates actually works.
This is a wheel with 8 housemates. That's why it's called the wheel with 8 housemates. And basically, we have 3 darts. The beautiful Narinda. She's going to throw the darts at the housemates. Nice touch. And she's going to tell us all about those housemates that she's hitting with the darts.
Thanks, Keith. Yes, indeed, Narinda, you'll be given darts in just a couple of moments. You must throw them and attempt to hit one of the housemates. You'll then give us a very honest opinion about those housemates. If you hit the bullseye, then you can pick the housemate you want to talk about. Are the rules clear?
Yeah, I'm going to find out how to be honest, though. It's not a quality of mine.
I think if you look deep inside yourself, you
It will come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, glamorous assistant Keith Duffy, please pass over the darts.
There you go, darling.
Come
Thank
beside
you.
me here. Okay, Narinda. First up.
I hope
on the
it's-
yockey. She goes and she gets Brian! Well, this isn't going to be fun, is it?
My little
Honest opinion about Brian, because I read some things today about Brian that you said, and even though you're now, not now denying them, but go on, tell us.
What did you read that I said that I
Furious
repulsed
with
him?
Yeah, that's all.
Because I said to him, be upset for at least 45 minutes, and he wasn't. It was about 45 minutes and he was a bit upset, and he so got over me.
But he did cry.
Did he cry?
Yeah, he was bawling his eyes out.
So I told him to howl. I said howl when I go, and he didn't howl.
But that might be being a little bit pretentious if he was howling and he didn't mean it. You're a realist. Would you like him to be truthful to you rather than kind of be imaginary
Out
about
of the mouths of babes.
Yeah, all right, Keith. Get out. No, you're right.
Really, don't tell him that. Okay.
Right, okay.
Next up. Okay.
Next person. Paul.
Pablo.
Another boring one. Paul's dead sweet. He's lovely. He's placid. He was the cushion of the house. If you had a problem, you went to Paul and cried. And he was all right, babe. All right, babe. Cool, cool. All right, babe. But there's.
Honestly, how long do you think he's got left in there? Because the public don't want to vote him out.
Yeah, I know. This is why I'm thinking he's going to be probably in the last 4, definitely.
You think?
Yeah, definitely.
What were his major qualities, do you think? You said he was like a shoulder to cry on.
He is,
Do you
and
think
he doesn't have any problem with anybody. He's not like he's got a problem with Amma or Bubble or Narinda. He doesn't have a problem with anybody.
Do you like that trait in him, that he doesn't have a problem with anyone?
Yeah.
And is that a trait that you'd like to try and learn from?
Do you think I need to learn from it?
Well, kind of. Like, it's only... How many housemates is there? 10 altogether?
Yeah, I think
There's only like one that you liked.
Right. Yeah,
you know?
Paul's... I'm right.
You live and you learn, you know.
We're making a break up here.
Okay.
Go ahead, who's next?
It's Brian again.
Okay, no, that doesn't count, don't worry. Okay. A bang, a bang, a bong. Okay, go for it.
Right, come on, get Amma. Come on.
There you go, you hit the nail.
Excellent.
You're good at this, by the way.
Amma, excellent.
You just pierced her ear for her.
I wish it'd been something else, no. Wait, right, okay, with Amma, and I just want to say to Amma's mum, Amma loves you loads, and what you saw in the press today, in the papers, it's not true. I didn't say it. Although she does eat raw bacon and raw mince, that needs sorting out a bit. Yeah, raw mince and raw bacon. I mean, come on, Amma.
Okay, so
come on, Amma.
Honestly, what are your opinions about Amma? Because, all right, let's say for the sake of argument, she gets voted out next. You're appearing on a talk show together. What's the atmosphere going to be like?
We're going to be all right with each other, because we are, but she's got probably more planning. She plans more in there than anybody else, and she makes sure she works the group very well indeed, and she does. She makes sure she gets on with Bubble and Dean, because they're like the godfathers, and that's what Dean thinks he is. And she makes sure she gets on with them very well, just for the sake of nominations and staying in the house.
You don't think she's just all right? She's just actually quite nice?
No.
Do you not think the reason that you two might have hit it off from time to time was the fact that the two of you are so alike?
I don't think we're so alike. I think it was more that Amma was, she just wasn't honest enough. She kept saying, oh, this isn't really me, my personality's not come out. And I said to her on the Thursday or the Wednesday, Amma, when is your personality going to come to the house? Because it's not arrived yet. You know, you might just have another 2 weeks, but where is your personality, Amma?
You wouldn't have any insecurities with you around, would you?
Okay. She just sat there to it.
I'll let them carry on. After the break, we'll be asking Narinda, quite simply, all you got to do is give us a call, 070 901 9070. But for now, give that camera on a dirty look, would you? God, that looks stupid. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brothers. But I like this shed. I'd like to be joined by Vicki, Narinda and Keith Duffy. Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to ask Narinda a question, the lines are open now. Going to be taking your calls in just a second. Give us a call. Ask Narinda the talking point, 0870901 9070. But we digress, because for the last 4 weeks, we've been inviting you to shut up. We've been inviting you to send in your photographs if you think you look like a housemate. And frankly, if you threw a fig in London Zoo Monkey House, you'd have more chance of hitting someone who looks like one of our housemates than this little lot. But we go. I can talk to Keith for 6 minutes, sweetheart.
Yeah, go on then.
That's fine by me.
And you lose all your viewers.
Oh yeah, they'll be turning off in droves. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen. The losers. This is absolutely hilarious. This is a lovely calendar up for grabs there. Lovely Narinda on the front there. Okay. Paul and Helen. We think we look like Paul and Helen. Our namesakes, you surely must agree. Paul and Helen Carmoody. Paul and Helen Carmoody, the losers. Take a look. Oh, is it not there? Oh.
Oh,
hey! Unbelievable. Okay, the bronze is Penny. She came third there, which is Amanda Reader from Great Yarmouth.
She looks like her.
Yep, I know. Well, she came third.
All right.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Next up, Elizabeth lookalike, sent in by friend Alicia Gallagher. This is Amy. Let's take a look.
Oh, she does.
Doesn't she know?
Oh my God, that's good.
And lastly,
she needs the jumper.
Really?
She needs the jumper.
Which colour?
That's
that
the
purple
Reese.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and last
She
but not
asked
least...
me if I wanted to wear it, you know.
What did you say?
I said, because I was really cold, I said, no, because I'm not that cold.
I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
It's all right, Elizabeth.
I'll be all right with my hypothermia. And last but not least, big build-up for this, please, ladies and gentlemen. Dean lookalike Chris Dodd sent in by his housemate Mark Tyler from London, coming into the show tomorrow.
Yeah!
Spitting image.
Have you got bigger biceps than Dean?
Spitting image.
He needs a bicep.
Well, he's coming in tomorrow, you can ask him. Okay, so it's up for grabs for you. We're going to send that to you. Congratulations, you're coming in tomorrow. But the lookalikes continue. We especially want lookalikes of pets or lookalikes of babies. Send them into the usual address, and you get this absolutely wonderful live card cut of that of Princess Naz. How about that, all right? But it's time to go to the phones. Our talking point today, quite simply, is Ask Naz. Why don't you ask Naz right now? Ryan from Southend.
Hello.
Hello, Ryan. How you doing?
Hello, Narinda.
Hiya.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Right, my question is, when it's all over, which one of the housemates would you cross the road to avoid and why?
Okay, good question.
Okay, I would avoid... Not really avoid, I'm not the kind of person I would avoid anybody. I'd go up to them and say whatever. But probably Amma or Bubble.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why so?
Because I just didn't get on with them, and I just thought they were a bit false and not very interesting, and Bubbles, his voice just annoyed me.
But it's the fact that his voice annoyed you. I mean, do you think he's genuinely a dislikable person?
Yes,
or...
he is, because he'd go on and on and on. He'd argue for the sake of arguing, and he'd be a bit of a...
Not like you at all, then?
No, but he'd stir a lot of stuff like that time me and Helen had the fight. He was in the background going, yep, you did say... And he said that word. Yeah, you did.
It's slightly sort of like just a bit of comic relief there, do you know what I mean?
It wasn't, though. It was like I was raging, and all in the background I could hear this parrot going, and I was like, and then we threw the water over each other, and I just thought, honestly, if it wasn't against the rules, I would have got a knife out.
Are you slightly...
But it was against the rules.
Are you slightly worried about the way they're going to treat you when they come out?
No, no.
I mean, I don't mean that in a confrontational way, but you're slightly
I'm
worried
not worried
about...
because...
Aren't you slightly worried about the way...
Damn it, don't push it. Pre-watershed, you know how she can...
No. You know what it is? Although I say all that all this stuff about them, I'm very fond of them as well, because
see, that's what I don't get. You're being really nasty about it.
No, I'm not being nasty. I'm being honest. But I shared this brilliant experience with them 10 people. I've not shared it with anyone else. And like, we are fond of each other in a weird kind of way. I am. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't really go out my way to have a drink with Amma or Bubble. I wouldn't.
I just don't understand that you're very fond of them, and yet you just say Bubble is a
It's like living with your
person.
family, though. Come on, brothers and sisters, you argue, you hate each other. And,
So in a way, you love them, but you don't like them?
I don't, yeah.
Okay.
If you want to put it that way, yeah.
Well, I will, thank you. Bruce from Sheffield.
I'll let you.
Hiya, Dermot.
Hello, mate, how are you?
All right, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you very much. Go ahead.
Hiya, Keith, and hiya, Narinda.
Oh, last on the list.
How you doing, Bruce? You well?
Could I just ask you, I read in your article in the paper today...
It's not true!
It's not true. And,
not about Amma, it's not true. It was nasty.
I just wondered what you thought of Penny and Stuart, because they weren't mentioned.
Lovely, I really get on with Penny. I can't wait to see it. And Stuart was fine as well. I've been on the phone to them all day today, and I was like weepy with them. And it's just, yeah, I got on fine with Penny and Stuart. Stuart was in the house just purely to get a tan. And Penny was just like she was like your little mum. She'd go and do this and do that. And she did get a little bit weird, but she's great. I get on with them.
Were you surprised that Stuart got nominated? I mean, I could see, you could see Penny getting nominated and getting a victim of the mile.
I was surprised at Penny.
Really?
Yeah, I was very surprised that Penny got nominated. I was in shock. It was like, Penny? Because I thought Helen would have been out. I mean, what's wrong with everyone?
And what about Stuart? Because Stuart's very much the leader of the group.
He's not leader. He's not. Dean thinks he's a leader, because that was another thing in the house. If you ever wanted, like, a drink, it was like, oh, I'd say, come on, let's have some cider. And it was like, oh, we better ask Dean. And I was like, ask Dean if I can have a drink of cider.
Is that what your problem is with him, though? Because, because
of
how other people react to him rather than him himself?
No, it's him as well. It's him as well, but it was, let's ask Dean, the dad. Okay. And he spoke to everyone like there was 7, so...
But is that, did they take that upon themselves to ask Dean?
But then he would also,
Did he put himself and say, look, you have to ask me if he wants to say
Yeah, but listen,
I don't think so.
No, but he did, because he used to turn around and say, they'd say, Dean, should we have some cider now? And he'd go, no, not yet. Come on, he could have said, you don't have to ask me, go ahead. He went, no, not yet, we'll wait till 9. And I was like...
But I think Dean has an air of him that people just respect the fact that he has an air of him. And you don't like that. I think it's a little bit of jealousy there, I think.
All right, Keith. All right.
She said she likes honesty.
I love it.
Okay. Great qualities.
Duffy, you got to come back next week, man. Okay, Sheila from Gravesend.
Hey, Dermot, Keith, and Princess Naz.
Yeah! Hey, Sheila.
Hi.
What's been the most memorable moment in the Big Brother house?
When I was in the hot tub with Amma and Brian, and when she pulled his pants down and we saw his bum fluff.
Oh, yeah.
That was just like, it was the best. I laughed so hard. I think I nearly peed myself. But I didn't. I nearly did.
That would really stick in my memory.
It did.
Right, thanks for talking to me. I'm like your biggest fan.
Oh, thank you.
Just very briefly, what was your interpretation of that whole Stuart and Amma night?
You know what, I was I was very surprised, and I stuck up for Amma. If everyone's thinking I'm having a go at Amma, I really stood up for Amma, and when she was crying, I got very upset, and I said, where's Stuart? And I was raging around the house looking for him. And then I did think Stuart was a little bit out of order, because he kept going, don't shout at me, Amma, don't shout at me, and he kept putting it down, and that was making him more angry.
What did you do when you found Stuart?
Sorry?
Did you find him when you were running around the house?
He was in the shower, and I wasn't going to go in, obviously. He was having a shower, and he was naked. And then I was running...
How'd you know? You must have went in. I looked in the window at him then.
Yeah, I was over the top.
Oh, so you fancied Stuart. Secretly fancied Stuart.
I fancied you, Stuart.
Paul in Coventry says, if you could do Big Brother again, would you do anything differently?
No, I wouldn't do anything differently, but I want to get back in the house.
Well, you're not going to.
Well, I might.
No, you won't.
Okay.
But can I just ask you very, very briefly, we've only got about 30 seconds left, but when you were in there and you're so miserable, was there ever a moment, because you can just walk out, was there ever a moment you ever wanted to?
Yeah, there was. It was after the Stuart Amma fight, Brian and Josh fight, and it was going on to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I just thought, this is not a nice atmosphere. It was a horrible atmosphere, and I thought I want to walk. Yeah.
Okay, listen, you've been an absolute diamond. You're with us all week. Thank you very much for being very honest.
Thank you.
You've been an absolute star as well.
Cheers,
we'll be back tomorrow with more of this young lady. I hope you have a great night. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye. Mr. Indercourt.
Yes, back tomorrow. It's only on E4 tonight at 10. Next up, Larry's got cream all over, but Ally McBeal's in no mood for licking it off.